Okay, about the video about me being stuck. I just watched it, and it did not show the whole thing from the beginning, what I was talking about. I was on my way to a yard sale, and I thought that I'd be able to go down this one road that was like seashell, sand type road, and it was a hard road to get to the main road so I could get to the yard sale. That's kind of confusing, isn't it? Let me start over. All right. I was going I was going to some yard sales. Well, I wanted to, but after what happened today, I just didn't want to anymore. But anyhow, so I'm going through some patterns because I want to make those rainbow boots. And so anyhow, I I was at a four-way stop, and the way they had the sign, they had it backward, and I couldn't see it. So when I started back off again, I went slow so I could look in my rearview mirror and hopefully be able to tell which direction the yard sale was in. But it didn't have an arrow on it. So I thought, okay, well, I'll take the next street up, and then maybe I can get back onto the main road. Well, that didn't work out too well. And then I saw all this sand and I went, oh no. Because there's a lot of sand dunes around Florida, and people have their ATVs, I think they're called, and dune buggies and all that. And so, they like to use these trails that cars can't go down. And so when I got to the point where I saw all of this thick sand, I said, uh-oh. So I tried to back up. When I tried to back up, it didn't work. I got stuck. And so I tried to rock the car back and forth, but that didn't seem to work. So I called my husband and I told him what happened, and I told him, I says, look, I'm stuck in this sand and there's woods around me, and he asked me exactly where I was, and I told him. And so I called AAA, and then he met me where I was. And then the part that you saw, that's when the tower got there, and he was going to get me out of there. So what he did was he positioned my steering wheel, and I stayed in the car. He told me to put the car in neutral, and I did. And then he had this ramp, and when I got close to the ramp, he told me to cut it to the left a little bit, and I did. I thought he was going to put the car up on the ramp, but what he did was he put the chain on the back of the car from his ramp, and then he pulled me out of the sand, and then I was able to back up the rest of the way. I tell you, I got home and I was frazzled. Took me a while to get calmed down from that situation. So I just came home. I didn't feel like going to any yard sales. I just came home and said the heck with it. So that's what that story was about. You didn't get to see the whole thing, and I was trying to do it with the YouTube video maker thing that YouTube has. I don't like the new layout that YouTube has. Used to YouTube, when you're looking at a certain subject, they're going to get that same subject on there. Well, here lately, I've been seeing a lot of things that I don't like, I'm not interested in, and they have really changed. I don't like their recommendations. I don't like their recommendations. So I always have to go into the search bar and search for if I'm looking for something for sewing or whatever. So anyhow, that's what was going on with the Unstuck video. Alrighty, well, I will let you go. Bye-bye. That's my daughter.